Good evening, everyone. You're listening to the award-winning To Hull and Back podcast, proudly sponsored by Old Zoological Bar in Hull. I'm your happy host tonight, Nathaniel, joined by Joe, Christian and Will to discuss the worst team in the league, nay, the country, nay, the world, getting 6 points from 6 with a thrilling, exciting goal fest on Tuesday night against Derby County.
Fucking disgrace. How dare us?
To get 6 points, I mean, to be fair,
Sorry, how do Hull keep doing this?
We're the luckiest team.
Fucking disgrace. How fucking dare you? Relegate them now.
Well, I mean, I was just going to go into how, that was an exciting game on Tuesday. I mean, yesterday, I wouldn't say we were the worst team in the league yesterday, but it was not as an eventful a match, at the very least, I'll put it that way, as Tuesday night. But Matt Crooks came back, tree, and, the keeper rooted to his spot. That's a tree joke.
The keeper was rooted to the floor, to be honest, halfway across the other side of the goal.
True. I have no idea how we came out of that with 3 points, but it doesn't matter. We're just... it's that business end of the season now. It's March now, so we just got to be looking at not really the performance, but the result. I think the performance on Tuesday night was a little bit like we were saying, really. They went back to not basics, but it was like a game earlier in the season, like when we beat Portsmouth 3-2, Oxford 3-2, we score, they score sort of thing. Defence completely open. And then we defended really well against Portsmouth. So we've sort of seen two extremes, really, in the last two games. You never really know what you're going to get from this City side. But, yeah, two huge results to put us, because some people were saying, we're going to drop out the playoffs, so we're going to not win any of the next three and then fall out of the playoffs. And now we're back in the automatic promotion race. Of course, we've got there's a crucial game for City on Tuesday after another crucial one, Middlesbrough go to Birmingham. So at this point, there's 11 games left, 12 for us, to be in still with a chance of top two, and certainly with a good chance of getting playoffs. It's great. So Joe, you were saying probably going to be talking about Derby more because more happened, but it's sort of a overall view of the week so far.
The week so far.
There's still 5 hours left of it, 4 hours left.
Lots of time. Lots can happen.
So in the world this week, if you ignore the whole
no, don't go about the world, just Hull City.
If you ignore all the blowing up the Middle East shit that's gone on in the last couple of days, City have had a good week. Look, Derby, I was apprehensive going into Derby. I was fearing the worst. But, the fifth home game came in clutch, and there's so much to unpack in that, and we'll go into that. But 3 points, huge 3 points, 4 goals. John Egan turned into Johan Cruyff, which you don't see every day, so we'll take that. And then Pompey, where it wasn't eye-catching, it wasn't brilliant. It was
so bad again.
It had a 1-0 written all over it, and Matt Crooks at that end at Fratton Park just has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, he's done it before.
It just works, because let's not forget, if it wasn't for Matt Crooks scoring at that end back in May, none of this stuff would have happened this season. For audio listeners, Nathaniel's face, he looks like he's just seen a ghost, and I don't know why. What's going on?
It's like I've just seen a murder. I assume it was you, Will. You've just banned poor commenter with 6-7 his name, banned and the comments were removed. He was saying we were going to get 6 or 7 points. Mind you, I hadn't noticed his name, the commenter's name. I won't read it out.
Oh,
I hadn't-
right.
You noticed it last week.
I
We
noticed.
noticed last week.
I noticed the number in it. I didn't notice the name.
I mean, anything involving that meme is getting kicked straight away. If you can carry on doing it, you're not on this pod anymore.
If I'm the host, I have host veto. Yeah. Well, sorry. Let's get back onto it then. But yeah. Well, you're saying Crook's crucial goal to keep us up at Fratton Park last year. Of course, we're focusing on something else now. But I mean, Christian, how did we get a win from that? Because we've done it a lot this season at home, but especially away. How, like that Blackburn, for example, we didn't play well. We couldn't keep the ball. We couldn't keep the ball yesterday. So how on earth did we come out of that with 3 points?
Matt Crooks.
Yeah.
There you go. That's your only answer. That's it, Matt Crooks. We were awful. Don't get me wrong, like Portsmouth, with all their possession and attempts, still didn't really feel like they were ever going to get one past us. So I guess that's something to take away from a whole seat perspective, because defensively, I guess we were kind of on it, really, not to concede the goal or a goal after the amount of attempts that they had. So congratulations to the defence and how we're lined up in that kind of department. You know, we were able to defend, get the ball away from our box. We didn't really do anything kind of overly crazy in our box as well, which is a rarity, I guess, that we didn't do anything overly stupid and give the ball away stupidly. But with respect to the rest of the game, yeah, we were lucky. I say we're lucky. We rode our luck a lot throughout that game. I mean, to only have 2 shots on target and one of those being disallowed and the second one, obviously Crooks finishing, it says something isn't right at the moment, because although we don't prolifically take our chances and take lots of shots on goal, because we are known for, you know, the shots on target generally go in. That is what Hull do. That's why our XG is so low all the time. But hey, we may as well shoot if we're going to score. But that was bad. The passing range from everybody was horrific, from every aspect of the pitch. It was clear the goal, clear the defence and get the ball out, and there wasn't any sort of build up. We didn't really leave anybody kind of up the pitch to kind of relieve or do any high pressure situation once we had the ball kind of cleared from ours. So we were just inviting pressure straight back at us, and we kind of still tried to play those quick little passes that we do at certain occasions, trying to get the build up. But unfortunately, the quality of the passing from everybody on the pitch yesterday was just non-existent. It was like they were trying to play passes to, like, kind of drills that they've practiced where they're expecting somebody to be there and to run onto them, but nobody was there. It was almost blind passing again, and it just kind of didn't make sense, a lot of the things that they were doing. So thank God Matt Crooks came on because he did change the game. Obviously, I'm not just going to refer to the goal. I thought he kind of changed how we attacked, how we built up. He solided is the word, I guess. Solidified. Thank you. That's the one. Solidified the midfield. But I struggled with that. I got that in the end, guys. I'm sorry. My brain's not with it today. I've felt awful all day, so there's my excuse. And my brain's not working fully. But was it good enough is the question, really. Yeah, all right, it was to get the 3 points and keep kind of a clean sheet. But is this the standard we expect this kind of point in the season?
But we've been like that almost all season, really.
That was a typical City performance at this point in the season. It's a game where we essentially submit the opposition to, well, they might have dominated the ball. They create almost sod all with it, really. And we catch them out on the break and snatch some points. We've done that all season. We're currently in the top 6 as a result of it. It may not be the nicest thing to watch, I won't lie, but it gets the points when they're necessary.
But teams like Hull can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah. But Portsmouth, they can't hit a barn door. I mean, you want to talk about XG. Colby Bishop's got like an XG of 7 and he scored 2 goals and one of them's a penalty. He can't finish his dinner at all. I don't think he had any chances yesterday, but generally as a team, I think I've seen their fans say that they play well, but they don't quite have the quality to score. So it is a tactic that can work. And if we are, I think we're the second best away team in the EFL at the moment, just behind Bromley. And we were good away from home last season. Yeah. The teams, the strikers in this division aren't good enough to always punish you if you can see chances. So, the finishing we've got is really good. Of course.
On that, Nathaniel, I've just sorry to interrupt, but I've got the shot map in front of me, and there's more in the area than out, but the fact that shots on target 6 or even 3 in, 3 out, 2 from quite awkward angles, which Panda's always going to smother, and 1 from the 6-yard line. We did.
And there are set pieces where truly appalling.
We did a really good job to limit them to essentially pot shots, or when they did get in the box, they couldn't finish the dinner.
Especially after we'd scored, they offered almost no threat, really. We seemed to bat away everything quite easily from that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just wish we could defend like that at home because we've conceded. Is it the last 3 games, 8?
The Derby game, everyone loved it, but it was like, I don't know why everyone's acting like it was something new. We did that at the start of the season, almost every home game. We had goals where we didn't defend well at all, but then we would be fantastic when going forward and scoring with almost every chance we made. It was just it's annoying defensively, but it shows that the attack is still potent.
Mm-hmm.
Just on yesterday as well, I've given him a hard time in recent weeks, but he was crucial in the goal with his jockeying, and he did well when he came on. John Lundstrom, credit where credit's due. I was a little bit apprehensive when I saw Amir come off, because when Amir's come off, we've not held the midfield the same in games. But I suppose
the second half against Derby, Amir was superb.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Regan come off on 85 minutes, and that was where against QPR Slater came off. The midfield just fell apart. No fault. I understand. Like I said last week, I understand why Sergei made that change, but yeah, Lundstrom, to his credit, superbly well. I thought, and you can't say that for John Lundstrom in recent weeks. And with Toby Collier being fit, possibly for Tuesday, but more likely Saturday, he's redrawn his place on the map, perhaps, with that performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was saying to my mate at the Derby game, I think because Slater came off because he was on a yellow, Amir came off against QPR, and as you say, that's when we lost the game with Lundstrom coming on. I was just saying, I desperately hope, it was about 70 minutes in, it was 2-2. Don't bring Amir off because he's playing so well. We can go and win the game rather than throw it away like we did against QPR, and they kept him on. And I don't think he was involved in the goals, but we went on to win the game. But I think, bringing him off for Lundstrom was okay yesterday because Amir was on a yellow.
Since you've mentioned QPR, how the fuck did we lose to them in hindsight? Yeah,
crazy, really. The home games, like the Derby one, were on the right end of the score, but we've lost 3-2 to Bristol, 3-1 to QPR. Some of the chances we've missed, it could have gone the other way, I suppose. That's just what, especially the home games, are like. We don't quite have as many high-scoring games away from home. We're usually a little bit more defensive. I think Maywo's played left-back in some of those away wins as well. We do look much more solid.
He had to play left-back because of what happened to Giles, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. So I don't know if we knew last week that Hirakawa was out for the full season. That's obviously
We
a huge
found out
loss.
after Derby. That's when we found out.
Yeah. I think there were rumours that maybe he was going to be out, but he's going to go back to Bristol or have surgery. I mean, of course, Giles, he's going to miss maybe up to the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, 8
which
weeks.
means probably everything.
8 weeks takes us to Norwich on the final day. From this point forward.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was Leicester, but yeah, I mean, it's like him and Mataza or Bellumi. Maybe they're back for the
a point
playoffs.
where City hopefully are already their seasons sorted to an extent. They're guaranteed playoffs hopefully at that point.
Well, hopefully, and with Leicester, Nathaniel, it's on Wednesday, so it's whether he's fit for either of those games. I think if Leicester falls, no, Leicester's before Charlton in it, so it's last 2 or 3 games of the season, which are in 10 days of each other. If he's back at all, Matazo's going to play for the 21s soon, so if that's against Sheffield United on the 10th of March, I'll see that, and if it's any time over Easter, I'll see that, but I'll try and bring an Elliot Matazo report from academy sources every week. With regards to Hirakawa, he's at Bristol City. Are they going to make a decision?
He's done for our season, put it that way.
Whether he makes it back in time for the World Cup or whether he makes it back for us in time for the playoffs, we don't know. But it's probably a season ender, which is a real shame because Hirakawa's looked so good, and there is no other way of seeing it. He has looked great.
I mean, that's if he wants to go to the World Cup in the US, Iran, and Venezuela.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't really know what else there is to say about these injuries. They've been cruel all year, and they just keep getting worse. It could be like a situation with Louis Barry last year where we kept being told, we could be back for the last 5 or 6 games, or then it was the last 3 and then 2 and then 1, and then he didn't end up playing. I think it was the same with Cynic as well. I wouldn't put too much pressure on Hirakawa or Giles or Matazo or Bellumi or Jarby coming back, but it's possible.
Well, with all of them at this stage can be registered or are registered and can still play a part in the season, but I'd put the chances are very slim on Giles and Hirakawa, especially because at this stage of the season, you get 6 weeks, and that is pretty much the rest of the season. If you get a setback in your rehab, that's that season done.
If Giles is ready for the final game and we're in the playoffs, I'd maybe give him that extra week for the playoffs.
Yeah, either that or if he feels fit enough, you give him 10 minutes max. That's the approach I think you've got to take with Ryan Giles if we're in the playoffs. But the positive news on the injury front is Shemi Ajayi back for Tuesday, Toby Collier back for Tuesday or Saturday, and then Matazo is getting closer. But Matazo will probably have a season-ending injury again because 6 weeks at this stage of the season, like I just say, is a season-ending injury.
But it's positive, isn't it, that they could help out a bit. Ajayi's been a big miss. I mean, Crooks, I don't know whether he'd start for Ipswich. I think if he can, you put him straight in. But, I mean, with those other players coming back at the very end of the season, you don't really want to be using the first leg of the playoff game as their first start or as a match where they come off to get a bit of fitness, because it might be that, Famewo or Drame back there or Coyle, is done really well at left back and they deserve to play. I think Famewo, now that we've got a lot of away games and he tends to play those ones anyway, and we've had quite a lot of clean sheets with him there. I'm not, maybe at home, I think that's why Famewo wasn't brought on against Derby and we put Coyle there, because you want that sort of attacking impetus at home. But I think he's done pretty well. He's improved throughout the season as he's got fitter. He's not as good as Giles going forward, of course, but if that can show us up at the back, it's not the worst thing in the world. Jake says, send you back, not our player, shouldn't be paying for the rehab and wages. We'll probably have to pay him the wages, like Barry last year. I think the club will have learned their lesson, because it was not paying Barry's wages that got us in the mess in the first place, so they'll probably have to. But.
And we can't afford more than a week cumulatively of late payments. So we will be on top of everything, I'm sure of it. I hope we are anyway. But back to the injuries. We're so strapped for numbers, we stuck 2 keepers on the bench yesterday.
Yes, I had to ask you in the group chat who that Howard was.
You text me who
Howard,
is actually.
obviously.
It's a great 19th birthday present for Archie, that. And to be honest, it did surprise me a little bit, but the more I think about it, the more I understand it, because you'd think, all right, take one of the 21s, lads, but the 21s have had so many players loaned out and they've got a lot of injuries too, that they're calling up for their games from the 18s, and the 18s had a load of 16s in the squad yesterday. So they need to have enough numbers to train. So it makes sense if you're taking 3 keepers, you know that 4 of those players aren't going to get on the bench, aren't going to get on the pitch anyway. So, to give the academy something to work with day to day, I suppose it sort of makes sense. You don't do it when you've got first teamers fit, but we haven't got a lot of first teamers fit at the minute.
Well, could Akintola come back in then? That's the idea if Hirakawa is off and could be deregistered, because he didn't get a move away, so presumably he could come back in, couldn't he?
If the space is available, why not? I mean,
if
the vibes alone.
If there's no prospect of Hirakawa playing for us again this season, then why would you not deregister him and put a fit player in his place?
Why would you just have an extra player not available?
Yeah, even to make up the numbers on the bench. But of course, with Collier back and Ajay, they will have enough players to fill the bench. But yeah, he could. Is Abu still here? I don't think Abu Kamara is going to be playing for us.
Abu is still in Hull. He had his boots on training yesterday for the first time. So he's doing it's normal process, as we've done with you, Hirakawa, to when you're a loaning club, you send your loan player back to their parent club to do injury rehab, because they're more familiar with people there or whatever it might be. Abu won't play a part for us for the rest of this season. I think he's going to go back to Getafe, which makes sense. Given how infrequently he was playing there before his injury, I think he will be back here in the summer, and I think Sergei will make use of him if we're still a championship club, because Sergei quite liked him, but because of the size of his pay packet, he had to make options to strengthen in other areas, and Abu moving out might have got us 2 or 3 players worth of free space. Like towards the end of the window, we still had enough space to take on JB. So that space was probably afforded to us by Kamara moving out. So Abu won't play for us this season, but pre-season, I think he'll be back here and training with the boys, and whatever happens to him probably depends on what league we're in. If we're in the champ, I think he'll play a part. If we're a Premier League club, then I think the answer is a different one.
Yeah, send him to Portsmouth. We know they're desperate for him. Yeah. Just how good were all the goals, I guess, bar the first one against Derby? I mean, the McBurney, the turn for that.
Well, like ex-Tiger Elder doing one for his former team.
Well, yes, and he got the assist for the
and
McBurney goal as well.
Involvement in the second, yeah.
Yeah, that turn for McBurney was just wonderful, smashing it past the keeper, and then the turn from Egan, nice build up before that, and Kumas. I think he did okay against Portsmouth. Again, not really going forward because no one did. Bar the first minute where Go had his chance, we didn't actually create anything all game.
By the way,
great goal.
Gelhardt be burying that.
Yeah, he should probably be. Absolutely.
He should be burying that personally. But anyway, Nathaniel, you were saying about Derby.
Well, yeah. I think a lot of fans have been saying recently, could Kumas actually be a better striker than he is a winger? I think that's possibly true. If he puts a bit of extra muscle on, because he is a young guy for now, he might actually be a decent striker, because his finishing, the 2 chances he's had for us this season, he's won us a game against Blackburn, and he's sealed the game against Derby. It's possible. I think he did okay against Chelsea up front by himself there. That maybe not this season particularly, though of course we don't have Destin anymore, so he might be needed. It's possible that over the course of his career he might end up there, given what we've seen from him. But that was a great finish and a sort of a reminder of his quality, because he's had a few sort of poor performances off the bench before that goal. So really happy for him.
It was another example, along with Crooks, the following game, of Sergei knowing how to do a substitution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's proved that all year, hasn't he? They really do change the game. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to agree with when it comes to Kumas. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's as bad as a lot of people make him out to be. He's still a bit raw, he's still young, he's still learning. It's a bit of a different league. But yeah, coming off the bench at the moment seems to be working for the lad. And I guess with his energy levels that he has, it's probably quite a good thing that he is coming off the bench and doing those type of things, because that's what you expect from anybody that comes off the bench anyway. Whilst kind of playing him from the start and seeing him through, you can see him slowing down throughout the game, and that kind of sharpness, the kind of the word I'm trying to guess is like the desire to go forward as much isn't there, because he just doesn't have the legs, after that amount of period of time. So with respect to Kumas, yeah, I think he is definitely that kind of bring off the bench and he'll get you a goal, because he has done it on a few occasions now. And he does look for everybody else, he does go and try for the assist. He isn't a greedy guy either, which I do like about him. He needs to get his head up a bit more to complete those passes and not just blindly do them. But he is looking to pass. He doesn't want to hang on to it. He doesn't want to drive at goal all by himself and leave everybody around him. He is actually, I see him as a good little team player. And in a few seasons' time, I actually do think he's going to be a really good player for us or for whoever. I just, right this split moment, I say he needs a pre-season with us. Needs a bit more confidence in him. Don't get me wrong, I know goals give you confidence, but the long lines of taking the players on, having the confidence to run with the ball as well might be something else that he just needs to put back into his locker, because that's when we signed him. That's what I thought he would be doing a lot more, is running at the opposition with the ball at his feet, creating those chances and getting the ball at the pitch. But at the moment, I'm seeing him do a little bit of that, but more kind of passing it away to keep the possession. But then when we bang him up in a forward position, I mean, it's great, isn't it? He's getting the goals when he's coming on.
His 2 goals have been, he's off the bench, he's on fresher legs, and he's played in behind and finishes. Both of them assisted by Kyle Joseph as well. And his one against Derby, can I say, is the single greatest assist I have ever seen in my life. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Off the back of his neck.
So I don't want to even go on to Joseph still. I know everybody loves him for his effort, and I agree he puts the effort in, but his touch and his awareness at times is just...
But I think we're a worse team when he's shuffled down the pecking order. We were saying last week, look, we've brought in all these January players, and it looks like the ethos of the team has changed. Joseph being on the pitch and doing the running and being up there with McBurney allows McBurney to do different things with his game. Mm-hmm. So if Kyle Joseph playing a part, I've got absolutely no problem with Kyle Joseph playing any part in this team whatsoever.
Yeah,
because this year his goal
out has way more of an impact than Liam Miller ever does.
And just on Miller, Sergei said as well that the reason he dropped him was to manage his load, which I understand. He's still relatively fresh off an ACL, and we've seen what's happened with Balumi. So, yeah, that although Miller played well against Derby, I thought I understand that change when Sergei justified it like that.
I'm not trying to take away from Joseph at all. I understand what Joseph's role is to get on, close down the opposition, and force a mistake. But from that point, say he does force a mistake and he gets the ball at his feet somehow, that he hasn't, mistouched it or anything like that. It's after that I've got the problem with. I don't see him. I know he scored 7 goals he scored so far this season? Great. That's when he was in the box. But from the positions we're asking him to do the work from now, as cover, like we're saying, for Miller, or on the opposite wing, because, we want Joe Gellert to kind of tuck inside a bit, even though we've got this debate of is he actually better out wide for us at the moment. He's only there to close down and force mistakes. I don't see him being that kind of counteracting forward player. He is solely there to break down play.
But he's doing that in a non-striking role in a side that's got to 5th.
And I get it.
So it's obviously doing something.
I know he's doing something. I get it. But when we're at a stage, say it's 1-1, and you've got to pick Liam Miller or Joseph, are you going to go for Joseph for the high pressure? Or are you
I'm going to go for Joseph because Liam will just put inside onto his right every single time and send the cross out past the keeper, whereas Joseph will harass and harry, and you'll probably create a chance out of it.
Miller's an interesting one because he's got the technical ability. He's rapid. His first touch is really good, and exactly like he had lots of opportunities to put the ball in the box. And the thing about him is that he gets really involved, but the end product isn't there. The cross is always overhit.
I feel like he crosses when he should pass it to Coyle, and he passes it to Coyle when he should cross.
Yeah, I think you could see
or
that
whoever his fullback is.
He didn't trust Coyle against Derby when Coyle was on the left side.
Which is mad considering Coyle's consistency on crossing.
Yeah, I think if it was Giles, he's going to be feeding him more, but because he thought
he didn't feed Giles as much as he should have probably done as well.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a player there, but you're right. I think you trust Miller.
He's just out of form. That's just the issue with Miller. He's just out of form.
This is it. If we look at next season, say we're in the Championship again. Well, it's either Premiership or Championship, but I mean, just say we're in the Championship next season, and there's no ACL to worry about with Miller anymore. So he's going to have a full preseason. You would expect the sharpness to be there. Joseph's going to be on the same side, so they're both on equal level footing at this stage. When we look at next season, the discussion. Will it be the same as in Joseph or Miller? Let's say it that way. Who would you play? Because we know obviously what Joseph's attributes and Miller's attributes are. But if Miller's that sharp now, after a pre-season and everyone's on the same level, surely you start looking at Miller over Joseph then.
Maybe, but that's not where we currently are. We're currently in March in a playoff race. We're not at the summer. So maybe in the summer that becomes an argument, but at the moment, I think you go with who's playing better, and it's Joseph.
In the summer when everyone's had a pre-season and there may or may not be injuries in pre-season, it's a completely different conversation. We could have signed another 16 wingers when Adjan's allowed to spend again. So
that's what I'm waiting on. I am waiting for a winger influx.
Raheem Sterling to suddenly be a Hull City player.
It would happen. It's something like that's going to happen.
Before we get to that's a long way down the track. Someone who got a lot of criticism the other night, and I disagree with just about all of it, is Ivor Panda.
Oh, it's Panda Corner time. Yes.
It's Panda Corner time because distribution, I get it. I think everyone's agreed. I think everyone's agreed Rossignol was right.
Limited. Yeah. It's limited, isn't it? That's a nice way of putting it.
That's a nice way of putting it. But blaming him for those 2 goals, I just do not see it.
I did at the time, but I've seen them again, and he makes good saves.
The first one, he sees it late. Matt Clark's blocking his vision in an offside position. That gets VAR'd. If VAR exists in the Championship as Sergei wants it to do, as Tim Valter wanted it to.
No, I mean, if in the Championship, he probably agrees that it was a goal.
True.
But yeah, so that one, I ain't got a problem. He sees it late. Your job as a goalkeeper there is to get something in the way of the ball and stop it going behind you. If he, not got a problem with that. If he pushes it left, cool. There's someone waiting there anyway. Would the lino have seen that whoever that was in an offside position? Probably not. It's a Champo lino. Ultimately, you've got fucking granddad Craig Forsyth getting there quicker than any of our defenders. So that's the thing I've got a bigger problem with. Panda, not a problem. And the second one, the same. He has to make the save, and he does. It's got to be, the second ball, the rebound. We've got to be quicker on them.
Seconds earlier, he'd made that good save from Adjuman as well.
A great save. Yeah.
And then in the second half, what no one gave him credit for, that save against Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark should have buried that, and Ivor Panda stopped him from doing so and kept us, I think it was level at that point, kept us level in the game. Otherwise, completely different game. But yeah, Panda's had his mistakes in recent weeks, especially against QPR, but the 2 goals against Derby are not some of those mistakes. Simple as for me.
No, it was our early season defending creeping back in, where we just couldn't defend to save our life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, early season, late season, mid season, it's just all season.
Well, no, mid-season, we did have a small period.
Yeah, that period after Middlesbrough up until the 4 home games we've had, I suppose. Yeah. But we kind of had to go back to that kind of chaos that was succeeding in the first part of the season to get that home win, and I'm glad we did. But we've got 7 away games out of 7 out of 12 are away games now, so that's good. And the home games, this is going to get clipped up. So Sheffield Wednesday fans and everyone, one of the home games is against Sheffield Wednesday, so that's an easy win. So we'll ignore that one.
Of Joe Lendala.
Oh dear. Yeah. He'll probably score a hat trick against us. Yeah. Maybe not a hat trick. That's a bit much, but yeah, he'll score obviously. Coxey's saying we've already been linked for a winger next season. That's Duran from Karabag. I heard. I think it was Chris Sutton. I heard Chris Sutton saying, he's really good. I reckon some of the Premier League teams should be looking out for him. I'm pretty sure he didn't have Hull City in mind of a potential destination of him.
The thing is, Karabag are Europa League?
No, they lost to Newcastle.
They were the Champions League.
The Champions League?
Yeah.
I was going to say there is an awful lot of shite in the Europa League, but I suppose you could say the same for the Champions League.
Nottingham Forest are in the Europa League, so yeah.
Karabag got to the knockout round.
They did.
I know they got hammered by Newcastle, but they got to the knockout round.
They drew with Chelsea. Obviously they've got quite a few wins. They probably won. I think they won at Ajax.
Champions League, like Bodo Glimt. What the fuck are they doing there?
Bodo Glimt are doing very well. Yeah.
But
let's move on.
Let's not talk about transfers because we've got a lot of football.
Under embargo. We can't bring anyone in.
Let's talk about what we've currently got. And one of the players that we actually got in January that he should never come on the pitch. It's just a waste of a signing. Dowell
was not great again, wasn't he? He just needs his fitness, but it's very difficult to get that when you're coming off the bench. But equally, do better, Kieran.
Yeah. It just looks like he's got 0.000 pace at all now.
Oh, he looks slower than Amir, which is
my God, doesn't he?
That has to be a prerequisite. I mean, Crooks, Amir, Lundstrom, Dowell. Are we allowed to sign a midfielder that's any quick? Don't think we are.
He's at the bottom of the pile in speed, and it's just his awareness as well. I appreciate it's not match fit and things like that, and he hasn't been played that much. But I don't see why we're putting him on right now.
Well, we haven't got anyone else, have we? That's why. But we got McCarthy though. Could have brought McCarthy on.
Yeah, could have brought McCarthy
on yesterday.
No.
No,
Don't think
McCarthy
he did.
didn't come on yesterday.
Which is
Anyway, that's negative.
I'm about
We're
to say,
on
we've
6
just
out of
won
6.
2 in a row.
Oh, 2 out of 2, yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
It's normally
on me.
Nathaniel that brings it down.
I know. It's probably because I'm feeling rubbish, so I just want to talk.
You want to drag us all down?
Drag
will
us
you?
all down. I feel rubbish, so everybody else is going to feel rubbish, Mr. Negativity.
Yes, James has got it right. Dowell's come down from a pub league. Let's just besmirch all of Scottish football. That's better. I'm happy.
Yeah,
at
come on,
doing that.
Hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Good result for them with the Rangers and Celtic drawing today. So Ipswich away then. That's our next game. That is a crucial one. It's a crucial week. Ipswich away, Millwall at home, then Wrexham away. So that Tuesday to Tuesday.
That's a big 10 days. That is that's
exactly.
enormous.
I mean, that defines our season. If you somehow, fluke another 3 wins, like we've been fluking our previous 18, or was it 17 wins in the league now? I think it's 18, isn't it? Then that's playoff sorted. And then you're looking at, trying to catch even Coventry. Maybe not then. But
I mean,
certainly,
I think they will win at some point, Nathaniel. So,
yeah, true.
I think of the teams in the top 6, I think we have the most top half teams left to play. I think.
I think I saw that. Yes.
Who have we got? Ipswich, Millwall, Wrexham, all in the playoff fight. West Brom, Sheff Wednesday, Oxford down the bottom.
With that run there, you need 7 or 9 points from there. If we get 7 or 9 points, then we're going to do it.
Then Cov, Sheffield, Brum, Leicester, Charlton, Norwich.
That's a good run at the end of the season with those 3 teams.
At the end of the season, and hopefully those 3 teams have little to play for, especially Charlton and Norwich. When we go down to the Valley, hopefully they're already safe, so they'll give some players a last who might leave a last goodbye or whatever.
Down.
Or already down.
True.
Like Sheffield Wednesday are.
Oh, we're going to lose to Sheffield Wednesday, though. We're going to beat Coventry at home and lose to Sheffield Wednesday. That's what's going to happen.
I'll take that. If you can offer me that now, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's better actually than letting Coventry beat you, isn't it? To be fair, but
It is.
Mathematically, so we're 7 points clear. We've got a game in hand on everyone. Yes, we do have some tough away fixtures at the teams in and around us, but we like those, and we have a good record at Ipswich. We lost 3-0 last time, but before that, I think we've won the previous 3 or 4 or something like that. The last time we played them in match week 35 of the season, we beat them 3-0. Of course, there's that iconic one where we beat them 3-0 in League One, and their radio commentators were saying, City, they're nothing special. We won the league.
Special, this team, yeah.
That was League One manager bingo. League One manager bingo, that wasn't it?
Yeah, fun times. But
back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, Scott here says, has a team ever played a 6 at the back before? Yeah, probably us under Bruce every year. But I would bite your hand off for the nastiest 0-0 ever seen. I would love that.
Well, our record against Ipswich, I've got it up in front of me. We've not won any of our last 4 against them.
Oh.
But before that, beat them 3-0 at Portman Road, beat them 2-0 at Portman Road, beat them 2-0 at our place, beat them 3-0 at Portman Road, drew 2-2 at our place, 1-0 at Portman Road, 3-0 at our place, 2-1 at Portman Road.
But that is when Ipswich used to be rubbish, because they've had a Premier League season. They were pretty bad when they went down with Will Keane up front. They were not good. So no wonder we had a good record.
In those last 4s, obviously that 3-3 draw we had with them as well at the end of that season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cynic's played against them.
Cynic did play against them, didn't he?
That's rare. He's not played against many teams in England. So, that's something. That's something. Considering he was here 3 years, it's a pretty poor record.
How many minutes did he actually
Oh,
play?
we're not.
We're not
In
all
that,
come on, get on with
well,
it.
I think that he came on when we were already 3-0 down.
He
So
did. He did.
basically doesn't count.
He came on in the. I'm nearly there. He came on in the 68th minute. And that was the
1 minute off. That's a shame.
68th minute, and that was the last time he'd ever play for Hull City.
Yeah, fun times. He
I'm really
played.
glad you
He
found that out
started.
for me.
He
Really glad
started
you found
today.
that out.
He played like 70
My
minutes
life's
today.
been enriched finding out when Cynic last played for us.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. What's the tactical approach? Because the phrase "free hit" is kind of a stupid one, considering
Alpha leather, fuck them up.
as Neil says, if Middlesbrough lose at Birmingham tomorrow, and you know, then if we draw, we're 2 points off second. If we win, we're joint second. If we win 10 or 15-0, we're actually second. So that won't happen. It could get very tasty. As Neil says, it could get very tasty. So what's the approach? So Will, you just say gung ho, go for it?
Fucking go for it.
They won't expect
Go
that.
for it. It's go for it though. You've got to think if you want to go into the automatic.
You have
if
got to
you
go
wanna get
toe
in
to
the
toe with these
automatic,
guys.
Yeah. You can't
And,
play this little defensive game. Sorry.
They've strengthened since we last played them. Like Anis Mehmeti always seems to have quite a good game against us. Dan Neil in midfield is a good addition. But you know, we've won our last two. We're level on points with them. There's no reason why we can't go there and get ourselves a result. Even a point is a good result from that game. As a game in hand, not losing any ground to the teams around us. That's decent.
Absolutely. Like Watford, I'd take a 0-0. But I don't think they have Philogene. He's injured, isn't he?
Philogene. So straight away, we'd have to worry about him getting a guaranteed goal.
They got rid of Smodic. I don't think Akpom and Azon up front are great, or Hurst.
Who scored against us earlier in the season?
All three of them are going to score now. Yeah.
I like the look of Sindre Valaregli when he came on at our place. Jacob Greaves didn't start their last game.
I mean, as well in the midfield, that Matasiwa was dominant against us in the earlier game.
Matasiwa and Kayus together in the earlier game, they were superb. But
I don't think they've played. I don't think they played the last game either. It was.
I think if you ask Ipswich fans, that was the last time Matasiwa played well.
Matasiwa played, but Kayus came on 84th minute. So look, you can't beat around the bush. They are a good team, but so are we. Make no changes. Show them what we got.
I disagree on the make no change. Right? I'd make one change.
Crooks in.
I was going to say, you're not going to bring Crooks in?
Yeah. You got to give him 45 or an hour, surely. You can sub him off after that because, you know, he probably won't be able to do 90.
For me, I've not decided whether I'd leave him on the bench and then sub him on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or start him and only play him for an hour, realise we can't take him off in there, and then he gets injured. Yeah,
but you've got to, you know, Sergei. I think managers think more of their players than fans do. I'm sure he trusts a Lundstrom or someone to come in and you know, sort it out for half an hour. And he did okay against Portsmouth, so maybe he has the chance. But I mean, well, you say if we go toe to toe with Ipswich, I mean, we get played off the park by pretty much everyone in this league. We even look bad against Sheffield Wednesday. So I think if we did go toe to toe, we'd be on the end of an absolute pummeling. So long as, you know, all the chances they create, you know, they score them. We'll need a bit of luck, but we have a lot of that. So we'll probably be okay. I would start Crooks even for 45 or 60 minutes and see how we go. Pardon me. But, I mean, shall we just do the combined lineup to get out of the way? Yeah, compound lineup time. Here we go. Here we go. So we've got Walton in goal, Leif Davis because
Curtis Davis.
no, have I misspelt Davis?
Yes.
I thought this as I was making it. I thought I don't know
You
how
never
you
thought,
spell
I'll
Leif
just Google his
Davis,
name just in case.
but I'm 50. I was going to go 50-50, so that's Leif. It's Curtis Davis left back.
Do you
Yeah,
spell his
Hughes.
first name Leaf?
No, Lie. No, whatever. O'Shea and Furlong, Nunez, Slater, Clark, Mehmeti, Gelhart, and McBurney. I think that's a pretty decent lineup. I mean, Ipswich have got some quality players, but I think we've got a lot as well. So I think have we got 4 players in there? I would have Crooks in there, except he's just come back from injury. You know, I try and do it for players that will actually play the match. So we'll see. But and that is a damn good team. I was saying how Ipswich's strikers are all garbage and won't score. So they'd probably be very happy with McBurney up front. So don't clip that up. Is Philogene injured, says Roscoe? Yes. And thank God. Thank God. Because can you imagine? I mean, I know.
He will score if he plays it. 100%.
You know, up against Coyle. Oh, that would not be fun. That would not be fun. Yeah, got to start Crooks, but bring Kumas on from the bench to score, says Louise. Yeah, not bad. Would you say Preston is the only game this season we look dominant? I think that and Wrexham. But it's very few. So that's just how we play. I wouldn't be surprised if Ipswich have 70% of the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if we win 1-0. It's just what we do. Yeah.
To be fair, Oxford was also dominant. We just conceded 2 goals from long throws.
I think
not the only.
One of the better performances of the season was Derby away, actually. Not Derby at home, Derby away. I thought we actually played quite well there.
The one we threw away.
Yeah, exactly, because we threw it away. It wasn't because we were really bad. There aren't many games where we look dominant, and we probably will benefit from, Millwall. That'll just be a sort of hoofball match, like all our games at home. But Wrexham away, Ipswich away, those are the sort of games we probably thrive in. So we had a comment here, Charlie. Prediction of number of points taken from the next 3 games, I'd say between 4 and 6. I mean, I'd go.
We'll just say, but we'll only do the 2 for today, and then we'll save Wrexham for next week.
Yeah. What would you be happy with? Because I think even only the 1 win, no matter who it comes
below
against,
9 points is a bloody disgrace.
It is. Yeah. Team losing to teams like Millwall can't be doing that.
Yeah. Maybe Greaves will score for us
at least 4 points from that. I think City need to get at least 4 points from it.
Yeah.
Just depends what the other results are. I think now Southampton and Birmingham look pretty good. I think Derby are 8th at the moment. I just don't really see Derby getting into the playoffs.
There's such a gap forming now. I think Southampton at the moment are the only threat right at this moment.
Yeah,
but
if Birmingham win,
a team can go on a run at any time, so you never know what will happen.
Yeah, we'll see. Wrexham are on a run at the moment. I don't, maybe we can halt that. That'd be good if we can do, because they look really good.
Create a gap to 6 to 7.
Well, very good. Yeah. Well, shall we do the predictions for the next 2 games? And do you want to discuss? Because there was a bit of controversy, wasn't there, with what Ant said about his prediction?
No, he's accepted the original thing he said, so there's no controversy anymore.
Good. I'm just trying to drum up a bit of.
I'm not going to throw him under a bus. That's unfair. So obviously, thankfully, me and you, Nathaniel, were the only ones who had any faith in us going into the Derby game, because we're the other ones who predicted us to get anything from it. Well, I suppose Joe predicted a draw, but that's just copying the computer. That's like doing AI. And then against Portsmouth, there was a couple of handy points for everyone apart from Anthony this time and the robot. But look, someone got it bang on. But the most amazing thing about all this, ladies and gentlemen, means that now Nathaniel is in the middle table. He is joint third with Anthony.
Ho, 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 ho.
Though I will warn you, the tiebreaker has you massively disadvantaged.
By about 100 goals, I think, isn't it? Something like that.
Well, there's also the perfect scores, but it's only 1-0 to Ant on that one between the two of you.
Oh. Yeah, if I got a perfect score, then
if you get a perfect score by predicting us against Millwall to finish 7 goals to 6, then you know what, fair play.
No, I'm going to kick him off the pod.
Well, there could be a few red cards and it becomes an end-to-end game. You never know.
But obviously, I'm just glossing over the true fact, which is the fact I've opened a 5-point gap at the top.
Oh yeah, that's
not blowing my own trumpet or anything.
Well, the predictions are very difficult in this league, so I think you should be. I'm complimenting you. I'm saying that. Well, you're doing very well. You should be proud of yourself.
I would say you should be proud of yourself because you're predicting the most fucking stupid scores and you're still getting points consistently.
Still getting points out of it.
I know. It's the weird thing.
The result, the score, who cares? The result's the most important thing.
Nathaniel will recognise this, but that is the Joe Divine way. And
yes.
It works well.
Spirit of the game. Yeah.
See, I'm getting results right now. I'm just not getting score lines. And when Nathaniel's pulling out ahead of me, there's not a lot I can do.
Yeah. I should just start predicting the most ridiculous version of whatever you say, and then I will finish above you. And then
Don't you do that anyway? Because I predicted it to be 2-1 to us against Pompey, and you said 7 goals to 6.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to do the predictions for the next 2 games, so we'll see whether I factor that in. But yeah, obviously 2 crucial games. I think, as we've said there, Ipswich, just like the Watford game a few weeks ago, being a game in hand, not a free hit because we're trying to get promoted top 2 if we can, because there's not many games left. You can accidentally sort of go on a run and, sneak in there, definitely, by just scraping 1-0 like we did against Portsmouth. So another 12 games like that where we have, 1 or 2 shots and win, perfectly happy with that. Christian, what do you think it's going to be?
I wish you didn't come to me first for this one.
Okay.
Joe, everyone's going to hate me. Everyone's going to hate me. No, everyone's going to hate me.
No.
I actually feel a 3-1 Ipswich.
I can see that. They have the quality to punish us, don't they? That certain other teams don't. So
yeah, everyone's going to hate me.
Perfectly reasonable. I mean,
I missed the negative today. I'm sorry, I missed the negative today. So my results are going to show it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Will?
A defeat is understandable, but I refuse to predict a defeat. I do think this probably is technically the toughest game we've got left this season. For me personally, I know we've still got to play Coventry, but the fact that that's
Sheffield Wednesday at home,
because it's at our place, I'm ignoring that. I think that just makes it slightly easier than going, even though our away form's better. But I'll play it safe. I'll predict a Desmond.
That's what I was going to go for. You know what, Will? I'm copying you. Bollocks to it. I had it in my head. So I'm going to go for it.
Cowardly, I'd go for that. Cowardly, yeah.
It is cowardly, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 4-0 Ipswich. And I think there's a genuine possibility it could be that with how we play recently. And, not saying they're going to rest anyone, but it'll be tough. And
well, I'm not having any more of that.
Well, that's enough of that. So, shall we move on to Millwall then, guys?
That's it. My prediction for Millwall now. Oh dear God. Gaffer. You're right there, Nathaniel. It's all right. I understand, Nathaniel. I understand. Oh dear. Oh dear. For those of you that are listening and not watching, Nathaniel,
Will just booted Nathaniel.
yeah, Will booted him. Nathaniel had to rejoin the stream. Will has now had to literally go off stream himself because he's I believe he's crying a bit too much there. So yeah, for those that are listening,
I'm only going to speak when spoken to or behave for the rest of the show. The last 2 minutes.
You didn't even do anything wrong. You just predicted us to lose 4-0.
It could happen.
do you know what, Nathaniel? It could happen. It really could. And I agree though. Ipswich.
Am I going to have to will punish you, Chris? Now
I don't know, but Ipswich is, in my eyes, the hardest game that we've got left.
Yeah.
Throughout, I don't see Coventry as much as a difficulty as them. I don't see Wrexham.
I think this is the hardest game of the next 3 for sure. If there's one we are most likely to lose, I think it is definitely this one. Yeah,
it's quite. I mean, these next 2 games for me are the games. They are, they will define our season in a way, because we're either going to win and go into that kind of fighting for automatic playoff spot, which we really all want. We draw it and we get some out of one of them, and we're kind of still in that battle for the playoffs. And if we lose, I appreciate that. If we lose, I know Will's back, everybody, just so he understands he's still trying to calm himself. But if
emphasis on breathing.
Emphasis on the breathing there, yes. But if we end up losing both games, then the gap of 7 points and the remaining games afterwards does put us in quite a tight predicament, I guess, would be the way to do it. So for me, these next 2 games are extremely important, and we need to be on our A game. Hull really need to be on the A game. So when it comes to Millwall, again, what do I see?
Will is hovering over kick from studio, just so you're aware.
Yeah, I know. I can see it. Oh, hands are in the air by Will now. I'm going to go for a City nick it right at the very end. Right at the very end. 2-1. I am going to do a 2-1 nick at the very end.
Dowell winner?
Dowell better not be even on the pitch. Dowell shouldn't even be in the stadium. Go away, man.
He's already scored. He could get another one. It's possible.
Accidentally.
I desperately hope Dowell scores the goal against the promotion, Christian.
Oh, I hope.
Kieran Dowell having a Dino moment. Kieran Dowell having a Diame moment.
Could you imagine? I will buy a share. I will buy a share at the end of the season, and I know we won't be signing him. I'd still get his name on the back if he actually did that.
Nah, Dowell's our player, mate. Dowell's our player.
I'm lucky he's permanent.
Only to the end of the season, isn't he? Only to the end of the season.
18.
No.
18.
I thought we got him on a short for like 6 months.
Nah. Year and a half, mate.
Oh my God, that's even worse. Right.
He's going to be leading us into the fucking Premier League.
Boys, have a good night. See you later.
It's been too good a season for it to be someone good like a Gelhardt or a McBurney. It's got to be.
What did Christian predict again? I was dying.
2-1.
I think I'm not sure if it was 1-0 or 2-1 or whatever, because he didn't specify.
2-1. 2-1. He said 2-1. Okay. This season, if we go up at Wembley or beat Norwich final day and go up, you got to hope it's like a Akintola for Mayweather with Jarby, Dowell, McNair, someone stupid. Dowell and Joseph to score. Yeah, says Louise.
Really sharp.
It's quite destined to be from Darko JB.
So everyone's aware, by the way, Chris removed himself. Left on his own volition, and is now nestled in the YouTube live comments.
Well, he's fulfilled his responsibilities. He's been here for an hour for the analysis, then done 2 predictions and said goodbye. So, perfect.
Yeah, he can do it that time.
Yeah. Who's not predicted Millwall then?
None
The
of
rest
us
of
three
them.
have.
Okay, well, Joe, do you want to
Jesus
grace
Christ.
us with your opinion?
Am I taking it away?
Yes. Yeah.
Millwall 2-1 up the Tigers.
Dowell brace.
Wait,
then.
Millwall
Okay.
2-1 up the Tigers.
No.
No, Hull City 2, Millwall 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will.
Well, since everyone else has predicted 2-1, I've got to predict 5-3 to City.
Oh, that's not in the spirit of the game.
Well, I'll do what's won me so many points this season. 1-0 City.
1-0. Yeah. Who's going to score?
Kieran Dowell.
Kieran Dow. Nice. Free kick. Yeah. Dow free kick belter. Yeah. Sure. Good. Ollie Harsley says, imagine Panda comes up for corner and scores to send us up.
Well, like Jimmy Glass, but like 100 times more important to an extent.
No, I doubt that will happen. Me
as well.
Score prediction for Millwall. How about 4-0 Millwall?
You've just got yourself, right, into third. You've got yourself into a really good spot in the table, and you've decided, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to predict 2 4-0 losses. But I hope I'm eviscerate you with his predictions.
Yeah, probably will. But I don't care about the predictions. I just want to say something funny. So 4-0 Millwall. Yeah. All right. Well, any other business, or shall we wrap this up?
Zane Myers left, which no one knew about.
Does anyone care?
No, not really.
Yeah, standard. Cool.
They really got the FIFA Peace Prize right, didn't they, lads? Great job.
Yes. See, you can talk about that because that's not political. That's football. So
football. There's no place for football and politics. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Gianni's going to build some football pitches and a national stadium in Gaza because
that will fix all the problems.
Because of FIFA's commitment to the Board of Peace.
I recommend stopping now before we get in trouble.
I don't think that's an awful idea. Well, I'd thank Christian, but he's not here. Well, Joe, thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, it's been a normal, non-chaotic episode, as normal. 6 crucial points to talk about, and looking forward to an absolutely massive week in terms of City's promotion. So up the Tigers, and see you next week. Bye for now.